So you've heard dentists recommending sensitivity toothpaste for sensitive teeth. The problem with sensitivity toothpaste is it just masks the symptoms and it doesn't actually cure the problem. The good news is there is a toothpaste that tackles the root issue. Let's talk about it. Most sensitivity toothpaste contain potassium nitrate. It's been used in things like gunpowder and fertilizer. Basically, it can be toxic for the body. In fact, if you ingest a whole tube of sensitivity toothpaste, which I don't know who would, but if you were to do that, you could experience acute potassium nitrate toxicity, basically call poison control. Now, sure, in small amounts they discovered that it does help with sensitivity, but it's not a biomimetic/biocompatible substance, and it was never designed to help with actual tissue repair. It basically just masks the symptoms, sort of like taking ibuprofen for a headache, by blocking the nerve signals. Now, small side note, there's also an ingredient called potassium chloride, which some companies use as an alternative to potassium nitrate. It has similar effects, but it's a little bit less effective. Anyway, let me explain how all of this works. So what causes sensitivity in the first place? Well, our teeth are made up of a few different layers. On the outside, our teeth are made of enamel, the part of the tooth that you can see in your mouth, as well as cementum, which is the outer layer of the tooth that's inside the bone or under the gums. Now, the second layer or inner layer of the tooth is called dentin. And dentin is made up of tiny little straws stacked together. They're called tubules. And inside those tubules are actual nerve endings. So if your enamel and cementum don't quite touch and there's some exposed dentin, when you hit that area with cold, you experience pain. Now, the way potassium nitrate works is it actually blocks those pain signals, but the dentin is still actually exposed. The problem with that is dentin is actually quite a bit softer than enamel, and so if you have exposed dentin, it is much more susceptible to toothbrush abrasion and mechanical damage, acid erosion, all the things, which in the long run can cause a lot more issues. Plus, sensitivity toothpaste only works as long as it's on your teeth, so you have to keep using it to experience relief. Now, in terms of our teeth and toothpaste, the better option is hydroxyapatite toothpaste. Hydroxyapatite is actually biocompatible with our teeth. In fact, our enamel is made of 97% hydroxyapatite. This ingredient helps to remineralize tooth structure and rebuild it on a microscopic level. So it doesn't just block the pain signals, it actually restores the tooth structure so that there are no sensitive spots. And it's safe if you accidentally ingest it. The caveat to that is not all hydroxyapatite toothpaste is created equal. There are a lot of different brands out there on the market right now, and unfortunately hydroxyapatite is not currently regulated. So companies can be throwing all sorts of different particle sizes and concentration, and you don't really know what you're getting. So even though you're using hydroxyapatite toothpaste, it might not be as effective as you're hoping. For best results, you need premium grade nanohydroxyapatite toothpaste at a sufficient concentration that doesn't rely on pain blockers to help with sensitivity. Bottom line, the most effective type of hydroxyapatite toothpaste uses nano-sized particles at a range between 20 to 40 nanometers, not needle-shaped, at a concentration of 10% in the final formula. You can check out my playlist on hydroxyapatite, do a deep dive there. I'll also leave some links to studies below. You guys can peruse that if you'd like. Now, I've done a lot of research on different brands out there, and a few brands that do follow the science. They do tend to be more expensive than some other hydroxyapatite brands out there just because they use the exact formulation for optimum results. But my absolute favorite so far has been Dr. Jen's. It follows the science, they use clean ingredients, and I've noticed that the sensitive areas that I've had for years have finally disappeared, plus some stubborn stain that I've always had on my teeth has also disappeared for good. Now, I can already hear the questions rolling in, and you might be asking, well, what if we combine hydroxyapatite and potassium nitrate? Some toothpaste actually do already do that, but they end up skimping on the quality of their hydroxyapatite and rely on the potassium nitrate to support their sensitivity claims. So the hydroxyapatite might not be as effective at actually helping to rebuild the enamel, but you may be feeling some sensitivity relief because the potassium nitrate blocks the pain signal. So ultimately, you get what you paid for. Anyway, if you've struggled with sensitive teeth for years and you're tired of chasing the problem with sensitivity toothpaste, try a quality hydroxyapatite toothpaste today. Again, I trust and highly recommend Dr. Jen's toothpaste. I personally use the fluoride-free eggshell version. as well as a strawberry one for my kids. There's links below to the products, as well as some discount codes for first-time customers. Again, if you guys have any further questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as possible. If you guys want a little bit more in-depth conversation, I actually have some slots available for one-on-one coaching calls with me. I'll have links to my one-on-one coaching calls in the description below as well. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, take care of your teeth.